Well, as the government shutdown creeps closer to the longest in U.S. history, the stakes are getting higher with thousands of federal workers missing their first full paycheck. Food pantries are set up at airports, signaling a growing hunger crisis on track to hit millions of households if the government doesn't reopen by the end of this week. Meantime, funding for SNAP benefits is set to run out on Saturday. That's when 48 states say they will be forced to stop distributing the food assistance vouchers that some 42 million Americans rely on. Now, Nevada is joining 24 other states in suing the Trump administration over the freeze on SNAP benefits during the shutdown. And senior political reporter Steve Sebelius is following the developments. He joins us now with what the governor and the attorney general, Steve, are saying today.
Yeah, Tricia, we are really down to the wire on SNAP. There's just days to go. State officials are struggling to figure out what they can do to help the nearly 500,000 people here in Nevada who rely on SNAP for food. Governor Joe Lombardo is leading the charge to use state funds to boost food banks in Nevada to help cushion the blow that will come when people on SNAP don't get their benefits in November. Governor Lombardo told Good Morning Las Vegas anchor Justin Hinton Tuesday the move is a short-term solution, but longer-term measures may be necessary.
So we are supplementing that to get us through mid-November, and then we will take that under consideration on reversions of ARPA funds that are not being utilized that we can use in that space without legislative approval. If the shutdown continues, we will take legislative action in the form, may or may not, in a special session to address that.
Now, Lombardo has said the state cannot use its own money to fund the SNAP program because of restrictions placed on the SNAP database by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Elsewhere in state government, Democratic Attorney General Aaron Ford announced he's joined a lawsuit filed by nearly half the states to force the federal government to release funds for SNAP. Take a listen.
The president has decided that he'd rather let kids go hungry than to use contingency funds set aside by Congress to keep families fed, as it is legally required to do.
Now, the Agriculture Department told states that it would not be sending funds in November because one contingency account does not have enough money to cover the more than $8 billion monthly cost of the program. But the attorneys general say in their lawsuit another account has more than enough money. Everybody agrees on one thing, that even if the state devotes the $30 million to $40 million in state funds to help food banks, it won't come close to covering the $90 million monthly bill for SNAP in Nevada. Tricia?
Well, Steve, is there any hope at all that this situation will get resolved before Saturday?
I got to be honest with you, Tricia, at this point, it's not looking good. Ford says the plaintiffs in the lawsuit are asking for an immediate order on funding SNAP. But the only way to really resolve the issues for the government to reopen, and both sides are just firmly dug in on that issue. It doesn't look like a lot of movement.
Well, that's unfortunate. Steve, thank you very much for the very latest on this, and we'll definitely keep you posted on what happens next.